Here we go. Hello. So the camera angle is not such that I can be in simultaneously in the shot with me and the PlayStation 4 Pro, but this is what we're opening today. So in light of current world events, I thought it would be nice if we could just forget all of that for just a moment and gather around and open up a nice big box. And this is my birthday present. My birthday was a few days ago in November. And this is me joining the next generation console, generation. It's crazy because, I got my PS2 when the PS3 came out, and then I got my PS3. Actually, I got my PS3 basically at launch. Around the same time I got my PS2, which is strange. But that was when we bought a television and Sony threw that in for free. Whereas with the PS4, I decided I wasn't going to buy one immediately. I was going to wait until either Persona 5 came out or there was a major hardware revision. Well, Persona 5 hasn't come out yet, but there was a major hardware revision. So I get to jump in here straight off the top with the PS4 Pro, which is kind of cool. So if you are watching this live, then I can see your comments. So let's begin with opening this box. Okay. Oh, by the way, this is obviously the Australian packaging. I don't know what or the EU packaging rather. I don't know what the American packaging is like. So we've got at the top here the quick start guide. This might be a pretty easy box to open, so might not be that much going on. And then we got the console itself, which is not a light piece of equipment. So let's unwrap that in a second, but you can see it's sort of exciting hiding there. And then I've also got the very, very exciting things to show you of the power adapter with the Australian power plug. And if you've not seen an Australian power plug, this is how it works. Oh, so this is not grounded, which is interesting. Then we got a micro USB cable because I don't already have enough of those. And then we've got what must be, yes, a headset, which I'm sure is fantastic. It's really cool that the headset jack is built into the controller. That's something that I always really thought was cool on the PlayStation. I don't actually know if that's the same on the Xbox. I think it is, maybe, but I forgot. Or maybe there's some sort of attachment. Not clear on that point, but that's okay. HDMI cable, actually sort of useful because I don't believe that the HDMI cables that I have meet whatever is the fancy new spec on the new PlayStation. So I probably will be using this one. I mean, I'm sure it's all the same, but my HDMI cables are pretty old. I don't have a HDR television or a 4K television or anything like that, but I'm assuming that the newer cables support higher bandwidth, the newer spec. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Correct me on that if I'm wrong. But it looks like you get a fairly long HDMI cable. That will be very useful. So glad that's included. Glad they don't stick you on the HDMI cable. Then we've got the controller, which I've used before. Now, again, you can correct me because, as I understand it, this is a new revision of the controller. It's slightly different from the first generation controller. I've always thought in the rare times that I've had to sort of play around with these, they're quite comfortable. So, looking forward to using that. Who remembers that cool boomerang controller design concept? That thing was horrendous. So, feels good. Going to be looking forward to that. And then we've got the console itself, the moment of truth. So this is the 1 terabyte console. I think they only make it a 1 terabyte. It is definitely flatter, sort of like flatter than I imagined it would be, especially compared to my PS3, which is like the first generation PlayStation, well, at least the first generation that was available in Australia. So we've got the nice little touch here, or the triangle, circle, cross, square buttons form the kind of base for the console. And then let's flip it around onto the other side. And that's nice. It's all matte finished. So it's like just 3 slices, 3 sort of black pizza box slices on top of each other. We got the vents on various sides. Again, so on the side here, there's also a square, square, triangle, circle, cross. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just there. And there's a port here. I don't know what the port is for. Maybe it's just there. And on the other side, we got all the HDMI, DTS, Dolby logos. Really, where no one will ever see them, so I don't see why they have to put them there. I guess it's a sort of requirement. And at the front, we've got the 2 USB ports, which is nice. Got the eject button, hardware eject, power button. So I am going to, so it's a slot-loaded disk drive here, as should be expected. Unlike that abomination, the PS3, the later versions of that console. Now, one thing I'm kind of looking forward to is that, you see there, I'm glad also that I waited for this console generation, at least this hardware revision, because this PS4 Pro comes with wireless AC, which is really good. So, I was just going to say, these there's little 2 tabs here on the back that are sort of flimsy feeling. I don't know why there's any sort of give there at all, but there's like a little give on both sides, which is not nice. And then there's a bit of it's tape over here. I don't know what the tape is for. I'm gonna remove that tape, and then maybe this. What's this little panel for? Obviously, I could read the quick start guide, but it seems like one of those things that doesn't really require that much thinking. What does this do? I'm going to assume that this is part of the hard drive tray, because there's a screw here, so I could probably replace the hard drive by pulling that out. Now we've got the Ethernet, which I won't be using, though it would be sort of essential, I guess, if I was going to do any sort of hardcore gaming on it, which I'm not going to. USB port, optical out, whatever that is, and auxiliary cable. Maybe that's for PSVR. I don't know what that does. HDMI out and the power. Okay, so that's exciting. So that's the console itself. I'm going to set this up. You'll notice there's a link in the description to my Twitch channel. I might actually, Twitch stream some of my first moments of gameplay. Now, I didn't actually get any games that were PS4 enabled. One of the launch titles I could have gotten was Skyrim Special Edition, but I've already got Skyrim on the PC. I don't really see the point of buying it again on the PS4. There was Rise of the Tomb Raider, which kind of looked cool. So there were some other games. I got Life is Strange, which, I am aware it has its detractors. I like these kind of interactive fiction games, so I thought I'd get this one. Or rather, my sister got these for me as a birthday present, which is nice. We also got Until Dawn, and so I'm sort of hoping that we can play that together when she comes over once a week. So particularly episodic gameplay sort of works in that sense that it would be nice if like every week we kind of go through one of the episodes. And then I thought I wanted something a bit different, so I also got Doom, because I was always I was a pretty big fan of the first half of the Doom 3 experience. So I'm hoping that this is every bit as good as they say. This was $36 on sale at EB Games, which is kind of cool because it was actually the special edition with the, I don't even know what the special, Doom game, UAC handbook, UAC fabric patches, and a UAC poster. Wonderful. So I got a bunch of extras for nothing, I guess. $36. So those are the games I'm going to start with, and maybe I'll get some on the PlayStation Store. Probably get The Last of Us Remastered. If it was on sale, I probably would have bought that just to have one of the games that's actually enabled for PS4 Pro on launch. And yeah, so that is the PS4 Pro, and I will see you later. Bye.